Just a quick note at the beginning. English isn't my first language and I have no experience in video editing.
Therefore, I'll be using a text-to-speech. Welcome, captains and travelers. You can just remember me as that one Captain Verse guy, so that should make the subject of this video pretty obvious. But being a little more specific, the video will include 1. A summary of what is the Captain Verse. 2. A character profile of the relevant characters. 3. A character profile of characters who used to matter, but no longer do. Captain Verse, officially called Cap's Bizarre Adventure, is a story told through interconnected events that typically follows the titular captain, with a few occasional exceptions. Although they don't happen in the same universe as the main story, there are indications of them sharing the same multiverse. The main argument against that is disproven by the very existence of the Durandal visual novel. What the Captain Verse is actually about is complicated, but it all comes down to a captain traveling the Sea of Quanta in search of something he lost. To those who might not know, the Sea of Quanta is one of two multiverses that exist in the Mihoyo canon, the other one being the imaginary tree. As the titular character, we both know a lot and almost nothing about him. Appearance-wise, this is the most we ever saw of him. The red hair color is actually just a headcanon that got popularized by the 4-Koma. From before he joined Shixel, all we have are occasional lines that indicate he might be different from other humans, or that he might come from the previous era of his own world, but nothing is actually confirmed. After joining, rather than just replacing Himiko as the captain of the Hyperion, he used to work closely with Otto. His life took a sudden turn when he got summoned by a pair of troublemakers to solve their time-looping problem. Captain has an ability called consciousness mapping. This ability allows him to time travel, world hop as well as possess other people, and in the process acquire some of their knowledge. The origins of this ability are yet to be explained, but we do know that the Hyperion he commands is a manifestation of said power, and according to himself, appears to be something that is inside of him. Originating from World 608, these twins were forgotten at the deep of their world, and as a result became criminals across the multiverse. While running away, the two got summoned into another world by mistake, and to fix the problem they caused there, they summoned Captain. Present in many earlier events, the last we saw of them was when Delta took them under her wing. The Teresa look-alike from another world, and the former ruler of Ember Ya. When she was 12, she fled the country in an attempt to stop a beast known as Hodo by herself, but she would have failed if not for the help of a captain from the future who she nicknamed Mr. Assassin. At the end of that adventure, she obtained near immortality. 1,000 years later, she would attempt to summon Mr. Assassin to save Ember Ya again, but the twins answered her call instead. She joined a Hyperion crew when a present captain learned that the only way for her to live was if she left her own world. A Yae Sakura clone, made with the intent of becoming the new vessel of the 12th Hersher in order to free the original. She met a man that called himself Ferryman who, pretending to be sent by Shixel, took her in a direction where she would manage to barely survive. She would then become part of his crew. Her ultimate, Rai Goku Maru, is a fallen god who willingly became part of her ninja art in search of protection. A mysterious person who owns a Hyperion of his own and is currently looking for ether anchors. Confirmed crew members are Delta, Kasumi, and the Alaniva 608. Very likely to be either a future or alternative world captain. I plan on making a theory video once I finish with the document. The Rita from Captain's original world, who not only has the same consciousness mapping abilities he has, but also has a whole new array of abilities thanks to Loki, a fallen trickster god sealed in her lamp. When Captain forgot he wasn't actually Arthur Conan Doyle, she used the identity of Irene Adler to bring him back and earn a spot in the Hyperion. Delta's bridge lines indicate the two know each other, so her sudden appearance is most certainly not a coincidence. Because the experiment left Lelia bedridden, this Rosalia has almost always been fighting alone, and that resulted in a vastly different personality. One day, during an attack, she chose to stay behind so her sister could survive. Unwilling to let her die, Lelia accepted the offer of going through a surgical fusion. This resulted in Rosalia obtaining great strength, but now Lelia's consciousness only lives inside the tail. Feeling like she lost everything that made her Rosalia, she now only answers by Delta. We have not seen when she was recruited by Ferryman, or when she took the Olenivas 608 under her care.
何ですか？虎を食べるウサギを見たことないんですか？
Adopted by a retired mercenary and wielding powers similar to the first Herrschers, she is the best hacker in Ark City. After a long fight with Kasumi, they eventually struck a deal where she will give the ether anchor in exchange for how to leave the world, unaware that's always been Ferryman's plan. She eventually arrived at the Hyperion, where she made a deal with Conming to get a spot on the ship. A872 is a Colin clone infused with energy from the 12th key. Captain had been sent to this world to look for a possibility where Colin lives. Failing to save everyone greatly scarred Captain, as we can see when he met another vampire Teresa, Turricula, in Odd Drifter. In an erased timeline, in order to be named her viceroy, she worked alongside the actual Corsair Queen Bronya to frame Cocolia for Grey Serpent's murder, but in order to fully take over, she also gave Captain enough hints to figure out who the real culprit was. Unknown to her, this is what Bronya wanted to happen. It's unknown how she became the Corsair Queen in the true timeline. After being forgotten in another world, she's been looking for a way to return to her own. In the process, she became the Arch-Imperator of the Holy Shixel Empire in the Three Kingdoms world. In an erased timeline, she betrayed Captain after learning he was the one who abandoned her. She obtained immortality alongside Conming and has been helping the new rulers ever since Conming got tired of the role. In an erased timeline, her death caused Conming to become a tyrant and killed the other two rulers, and shortly after, herself as well. A mysterious and ancient being from the Three Kingdoms world, capable of granting one wish to the first person who finds it when it awakens periodically. After it was damaged when Hodo freed itself, it deemed Conming being alive as an error that should be fixed. Very likely to be either the or fused with the ether anchor of that bubble, Delta came to take it, but left it alone when she noticed it was broken and instead brought the Olenivas 608. A plot device left by future Captain to help the present Captain. Here's her elf info.
科学禁书目录的0号作品，天才的天才之作，禁忌之门的钥匙。这就是我 Tesla Zero。当然，你也可以和未来一样，用小特这个名字来称呼我，我并不介意。我介意的只是你的懒散。开船的，那些准备让我砸个稀巴烂的敌人现在在哪儿？ 再回到修伯利安以后，我常常会产生一种奇怪的感觉。我熟悉这里的一切，每一件设备，每一个房间，每一个人。但现在，他们却都还远没有变成那个我所熟悉的样子。算命的、开船的，还有，他们也都是一样。不过，这样。 倒 倒也没什么不好的。
残酷な天使のように少年よ神話になれ
Go watch Rebuild of Evangelion. She's probably not coming back because of licensing. Of course, these aren't all the characters, here's some honorable mentions. Sin Hunter Colin, All the Cell S, 3 Kingdoms Teresa, Odd Drifters 7 Sakuras, the 4 versions of the Water Djinn, Turricula, the Colin who made Kasumi, Konming's uncle, Flower of Evil Bronya and Co Ara. And that's it for the video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope even more, that you learned something from it. See you when I feel like making another video.